Representatives, principal officers of the Senate and House of Representatives, distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives, in the interest of time, please permit me to stand on the protocol as already established. Good afternoon, and thank you all once more for being here today. On behalf of the members and staff of the National Assembly, I have the honor of extending our sincere appreciation to His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, for coming to the National Assembly today to present the appropriation bill and to seek the approval of Parliament as the Constitution demands. Unfortunately, we are still contending with the deadly and evolving COVID-19 pandemic, and the guidelines regarding the duration and size of public gatherings limits the time we can spend here together today. So today's budget presentation is somewhat abridged in the interest of public health. Yet, we have sufficient time to say the things that need to be communicated to further the best interests of our beloved country. When we resumed the 9th Assembly, we committed to pursuing long-awaited and critical reforms to the appropriation process to ensure that we are better able to deliver on the promise of our national development. Over the last two budget cycles, by the joint effort of the executive and the legislature, we have made significant progress in this regard and achieved reforms that will stand the test of time and count in our favor. These reforms, including establishing a January to December budget cycle, improving oversight procedures, and ensuring greater fidelity to the letter and spirit of our appropriation laws, have led to the measurable improvements in public infrastructure, access to education and housing, healthcare, and transportation, among other things. These improvements, which have had a positive impact on the lives of millions of Nigerians across the country, inspire us to do more. When Mr. President came to the hallowed chamber almost exactly a year ago today, I spoke about our rapidly changing world and the need to use the national budget to prepare our country and our people for the challenges and opportunities of this new age. Today, innovations in technology, the changing nature of global trade, the challenges of cross-border insecurity, and the increasing interdependence of nations, each and together, continue to present challenges we must overcome and opportunities we must embrace. Therefore, as legislators and leaders in government, we have continued obligation to ensure that in considering this appropriation bill, we make all deliberate efforts to ensure that we continue to make critical investments in education, healthcare, public infrastructure, and national security. Through these investments, we can hope to build an economy that provides enough well-paying jobs for our young population so that we can, in our lifetime, end endemic poverty in our country and eradicate the social ills that derive therefrom. Let me express my profound gratitude to the senators and members of the House of Representatives who have, through the budget cycles, shown an unmatched determination to delivering the annual budget on time, in line with our commitment to a January to December budget cycle. I have seen legislators working through the day and night, forgoing all other considerations in a joint effort to deliver a national budget that meets the highest expectations of the Nigerian people. Therefore, I am confident that the National Assembly will give the appropriation bill the prompt consideration it demands. And for the next 2 to 3 months will be for the strictest scrutiny of the budget estimates. However, let me also use this opportunity to say to the heads of ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government of Nigeria that the determination of the National Assembly to deliver a timely budget will not derogate from our responsibility to ensure exhaustive consideration of the bill. We will demand a thorough accounting for the funds previously appropriated, disbursed, and expended. And we will take steps to hold to account those who fail to provide the records we need to make informed decisions on the appropriation bill. This is the responsibility of the National Assembly, and we will live up to it. Over the past year, the House has passed several important resolutions relating to healthcare access, primary education, rural infrastructure deficits, and national security that require actual funding. Where these restrictions have not been included in the appropriation bill, the House will work with the Senate and the Executive to see that the final version of this appropriation bill includes necessary allocations to implement these resolutions and give full effect to the best wishes of the House. I thank His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, the Budget Office, honorable ministers, and all those who contributed to the drafting of this appropriation bill. The National Assembly will build on your efforts. Together, we will deliver an appropriation act that provides real solutions to national problems, unlocks economic potential, secures our country, and brings a future we can all look forward to and be proud of. Finally, let me appreciate the clerk to the National Assembly, Architect Olatunde Ojo, and the entire management and staff